Hello, St. John's family. Today in our Mass readings, we heard the Beatitudes from Matthew's Gospel, Matthew 5, 1 through 10. And it's a personal favorite, but I think it's a favorite of a lot of people. And so I wanted to just share it with you through this video today, and also just offer a few comments on it. So for starters, Matthew 5 is the very beginning of Jesus' Sermon on the Mount. So Jesus, this is just for context for the passage, but Jesus goes up on the mountain and he sits down in a position of kind of authority and teaching, like he's going to proclaim something important. And then he begins with the Beatitudes. And he says, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they shall be satisfied. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called sons of God. Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are you when men revile you and persecute you and utter all kinds of evil against you falsely on my account. Rejoice and be glad, for your reward is great in heaven. For so men persecuted the prophets who were before you." So a beautiful passage from Matthew 5. I think we hear it so often. People have it on plaques and on their wall maybe, or it often comes up as a favorite passage, often quoted, especially in times of turmoil. Maybe you've heard it read at prayer services in recent days. But I think it's important, especially with those passages that we hear so often, to take a step back to be able to receive them with new ears, to receive them into our heart a little better, because it's easy for them to come in one ear and go out the other without really affecting us. And the teaching of Jesus here in this passage is so rich, and you can really, if you wanted to, hundreds of reflections and videos and teachings on this passage alone, because it's so important to the gospel. And some people would say it's kind of a condensed form of gospel life, gospel living, Christian living. What it is to live as a Christian in the world is to reflect all of these qualities, you might say, that Jesus is speaking about. To be a person of peace, to be a person who's meek, a pure heart, who strives for righteousness, who does what's right, even in the face of persecution. And I think it's, today, this week, when you can find some time just to be quiet, I would really recommend going back to this passage and sitting with it, praying through, blessed are the poor in spirit, blessed are those who mourn, blessed are the meek, and so on. And just to receive that into your heart a little bit and reflect, how is my life reflecting the Beatitudes? Or maybe not, how could it be reflecting the Beatitudes more? Where might there be an opportunity to live as a person of peace, to live as a person of mercy? Where are those opportunities in our lives? So that's just, I just encourage you to pray with that, to pray with the Beatitudes today and this week, and to really receive them in a deeper way than maybe you have in the past, to take a little time and to let it kind of settle into your life. And it's something that I, every time I read it, I come back to it, one or another of the Beatitudes sticks out to me in a new way, in a way that it hasn't in the past. And I just know then that the Lord is trying to tell me something there, that there's an opportunity, an invitation to live it out in a new way, or in a more full way in my life, in my Christian journey. And so I would encourage you, as you do pray with it, as you reflect on the Beatitudes again, to be attentive to how the Lord is speaking to you and what he's encouraging you to pay attention to and live out in a more intentional way in these days. God bless you.